heard of the word indefatigable? Neither had I. Not until I went to a 5th grade class and I was sitting there and I was interpreting. And when you're interpreting in sign language, you have to know what words mean, because you can't just take a word. There's not a sign for every word. There's not a sign for the word indefatigable. So I'm sitting there and the teacher says, all right, it's time for indefatigable reading. And I'm like signing away. I'm like, all right, it's time to read indefatigable. And I had to ask this little kid. He's like 11 years old. He's this deaf kid. I'm like, hey, what's that mean? What's that word mean? Indefatigable. And he's like, oh, that word, Aaron, that word, I mean, like, read, pay attention, that's it. Like, okay. So I had to look it up. I looked up, I'm like, indefatigable means you can't be fatigued. He was basically right. You focus on one thing. That's it. And that is a valuable lesson in life. These are the kinds of things that I go over in my Rise and Thrive Facebook community, regular posting in there. I have some wonderful health tips. I have a little free PDF that you can click on. And I'd like to just say welcome. Thank you for being here. I'm going to talk for a few more minutes about this idea of being indefatigable and how it can help you in your life, how it can help you to accomplish tasks. Do you ever wonder why you stay home all day and your plan is to clean the house or do the laundry? You have like one thing you really want to get done. You can't get it done because when you stay home, there's like 10 tasks and all these things are buzzing in your head. And it's like you have to do this and this and this and this. Where somebody else, they can come into your house and they can clean it in 3 or 4 hours, top to bottom. It looks beautiful. You can pay somebody to do that. Because when they come to your house, they're not distracted by all your other junk and all your other tasks. They're there to do one thing. And that's what you can do with your life. For example, I just needed to do the dishes. The dishes were all over the place. I made this wonderful meal tonight, but I'm kind of messy when I cook. I don't clean up as I go. And then all these dishes are out. And so I come back in after I've eaten. I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't want to take care of all of this. So what I do, I say, hey, Alexa, can you set a timer for 15 minutes? And then just whatever I can do in that 15 minutes. But that 15 minutes is my time to clean up. And that's all I do. There's no Instagram, there's no videos, there's no texting. Everything is clear. It's like you clear the desk and you put one thing on it. That's why it's so troublesome on the brain to switch tasks, to go between things. It can wear you down. And it's important to just focus on one thing, to be indefatigable with our focus and our attention. There's been a lot of research done on this. One of the most energy expensive things that you can do with your attention is to change your attention. There is a cost to paying attention. That's why it's called paying attention. It takes some of your resources. You can measure it. There's a specific amount of joules that's an energy term for when you are focused on one thing. And when you change your focus to something else, even though you think you're multitasking, you're just going between two things really quick, you're changing, and that is a very inefficient way to run your life. They've also done studies on people who are trying to learn, students who have hyperlinks. You know, you have all these hyperlinks on your iPad, and as you touch on the hyperlink, it might take you to a reference really quick. I have that with my Bible. It has all these references and study links, and it's great. I can click on them, and all of a sudden I'm over here, and I'm reading about something, and I come back. Same thing with Google. You can click, 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 and go here, 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 and you think that you're absorbing all of this information, but you're not absorbing it because you need to have a little bit of time to process. You need the gaps. It's just like music. Can you imagine if somebody was hitting on a note, same note over and over? It gets annoying. The beauty of music is in the sound and the gaps. It's in the tempo of something, the movements, time and space, and how we interact with the ups and downs. And that is what is an amazing, that's what makes life so amazing. So this idea of just staying focused on one thing at a time, slowing down a little bit, and getting rid of all the other buzz in your life can help you to be more productive and to be more successful. When it comes to business, think about the one thing that you want to focus on to make money with. Just take your desk, clear everything else, and put that one thing on there. Jesus said, your eye has to be simple, focused. You can only focus on one thing. It's just a basic truth. Do this little experiment. Take your thumbs and put one of them right in front of you and the other far away. Can you look at both of them? It's impossible. So taking your time and focusing on one thing, chunking your time into little blocks, and as you're reading and as you're learning, taking the time not to just push on every little thing on the internet, but to take time, stop, maybe even write it down. There's a benefit to taking knowledge from your brain, goes through your eyes, up into your brain, comes out, down, through your hand, and becomes something that is tangible, that you're doing tactile. So there's all kinds of little things you can do with learning, with improving your life. And again, this is what I try to throw into our Rise and Thrive Facebook community. Of course, all of this works a lot better if your brain is actually working, if you're not exhausted, if you're not pulled and distracted by all of the things of life. And that's why we offer people a 90-day nutritional reset. That's what it's all about. Cleaning up the gut, cleaning up the mind, helping you to have clarity of thought. So many people, after our program is done, they say, wow, I have this incredibly clear mind. And they talk about brain fog lifting as if brain fog is this little thing. I think about fog as like, we live by the ocean, so this fog kind of comes in, it goes away, it clears up. And I don't think about fog as that big of an issue. But having brain fog is a huge problem because it messes up your whole life. You can't go anywhere if you can't see clearly what's in front of you. So clearing up your brain fog by cleaning up your gut, by hyper-nourishing your body with greens, by detoxifying your body, you are able to live a much higher vibrational life. And that's what we coach around, the 90-day lifestyle transformation. If you're interested, send me an email. I'll put my link below. I'm happy to connect with you and explain to you more about our program, but also feel free to join my free Facebook community, Rise and Thrive. All right, have a wonderful day. Hope that you get some indefatigable tasks done today.